So let's talk about spiritual awakening. But we're going to talk about the side you don't really see on social media. It's not always about bliss and light. In fact, for a lot of us, it's a process that's way more real, kind of raw, and honestly, a lot more profound. Let's get right into it. This idea right here from ancient Indian texts, it sets the stage perfectly. It completely challenges that popular idea that awakening is like, poof, you've arrived in a state of constant peace. No. Instead, it frames it as a process of purification, a burning away of everything that's false. So our first section, we're going to tackle this contrast head on. We're going to really unpack the difference between the modern, kind of westernized idea of awakening and this more ancient and, more challenging perspective. Okay, look at this. This comparison really lays it all out. On the left, you've got the popular view. It's all about getting something, arriving somewhere nice and cozy. But the ancient view on the right, it's about letting go, releasing baggage, burning away what's not real. It is a challenging process, not a final destination, and that distinction is absolutely key. So let's make this personal for a second. Have you ever felt that? Like the things that used to drive you, the career ladder, the social climbing, getting likes, they just don't hit the same anymore. It can be a really confusing feeling, almost like you're losing a piece of yourself. Well, Indian philosophy has this beautiful word for this exact feeling, Vairagya. It means an effortless detachment. And listen, this isn't about being lazy or depressed. It's seen as a sign of spiritual maturity. Your soul is just outgrowing its old toys. And that feeling of detachment, it often leads to a period of, deep inner churning. This is the part where the old world you knew starts to feel a little unstable, and things can get pretty uncomfortable. You know that feeling? A profound sense of loneliness that just doesn't go away, even when you're in a crowded room. It's this strange, isolating feeling, almost like you're watching the world from behind a pane of glass. This has a name too, Antar Mouna, which means inner silence. And the reframe here is so powerful. This feeling of loneliness isn't a void. It's actually the sound of inner space being created. Space for a deeper truth to finally have room to emerge. So along with that inner quiet, you might get the complete opposite. These intense, sudden waves of emotion, sadness, anger, fear that have no logical trigger. One minute you're fine, the next you're just completely overwhelmed. There's this amazing Indian myth, the Samudra Manthan, or the churning of the ocean, that explains why this happens. Before the gods and demons could get the nectar of immortality, a deadly poison rose to the surface first. It's such a powerful metaphor for any kind of deep transformative process. Yogic science calls that poison samskaras. These are these deeply buried emotional impressions from your past, maybe even from past lives. And the churning of your spiritual energy is what brings this old stuff to the surface, so it can finally be released. It's a purification, not some kind of punishment. And this churning shows up in other ways too. Your sleep might get all messed up, full of these vivid, super symbolic dreams. You might suddenly find yourself incredibly sensitive to the energy of places or people. And this one's interesting. That need to win arguments or prove you're right, it just kind of fades away. You're just not invested in the drama anymore. All right, so all of this churning leads to a really critical and often very confusing phase, the dissolution of your old self. This is that moment where you might feel completely and utterly lost. Your old identity, the story you've always told yourself about who you are, it starts to crumble. But the new one, it's not fully built yet. You're kind of in this void, this in-between space. And I really want you to hear this. This is not a sign that you're failing. It's a sign that you are evolving. You are not falling apart. You are undergoing a deep reconstruction at a foundational level. It's like a building being totally renovated from the inside out. The scaffolding is up, and it might look like a mess from the outside, but trust me, something so much stronger is being built. And then, after the dissolution, after all that confusion, a new reality starts to take shape, and with it, a new sense of who you are. This is where we finally start to see the nectar after all that poison. You'll start to notice these new things calling to you. Silence becomes a sanctuary, not something you need to fill.
You might feel this deep, almost primal connection to nature, to trees, to rivers, and a fascination with the night sky. In Indian mythology, the moon actually represents the mind. So your growing attraction to it is a sign of your own inner world becoming more vast and mysterious. And remember that deep loneliness we talked about earlier? It starts to transform. The fear of being by yourself just dissolves because you stop looking for other people to complete you. A quiet sense of wholeness begins to grow from within. You're becoming your own anchor in the world.
You see, the whole point of this difficult, confusing, and ultimately beautiful process, it's not about becoming some enlightened, special being who floats above everyone else. It's about becoming radically, profoundly honest with yourself and with life. That's it. So, I'm gonna leave you with this to think about. If any of this stuff resonates with you, the detachment, the loneliness, the confusion, all of it, just consider this. Maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're not lost at all. Maybe, just maybe, you are finally, truly remembering who you are and coming home to yourself.